Welcome back to No Blueprint, the podcast about navigating life without a perfect plan. I'm your host, Kayana, and today we're talking about a fatherhood that does not get enough credit. The choice to step in and raise a child that's not biologically yours. My guest, Mason, got married at 23 to a woman who already had a child, and together they've built a family from the ground up. We're talking about what it's really like to step into that role, the challenges, the love, and how it has shaped him to be the man he is today. Hey everybody, this is my friend Mason. He's currently 23 years old.
23,
Yeah, you're
24 in
a
September.
year older than me. We went to high school together. And yeah, we're just going to talk about your life and what it's been like for you.
Let's do it.
So you got married at the age of 23.
I did.
A couple months ago. It was a great wedding. Had a ton of fun. You had a lot of fun.
Tons of fun. I wish I could tell you about it.
Anyways, I want to know, when did you meet her, your wife?
In 2022 is when I actually met her. In 2021, when I came to Tech, I had a friend named Kennedy, and she went to Vogue. Well, she went to Tech is where I met her. Then she went to Vogue, and that's where Kenzie went for her cosmetology school. Kennedy told me one day, she said, "Hey, I got this friend I go to school with that I think you'd really like." I was like, I don't know about that. Give me an Instagram, we'll see about it. So she gave me an Instagram, I followed her. She ain't following me back. So that was like, I'd say in the summer, June-ish. And then October, she came out with Kennedy one night, and I met her. We started dating in May of 2022.
And so at this time, when you met her, did you know she had a kid?
I did. So when I got on Instagram, that was my first thing. She posted her kid, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that.
Yeah, how did that feel? Deciding, do I want to step in and be a stepdad? I don't even know where I'm still in college. I'm still trying to, be young. And
so for me, I was at the part where I was in a terrible stage in my life.
Yeah.
And I was looking for something that would make me kind of, hey Mason, like here's your wake up call. It's time to get up, start maturing, becoming a man that you need to be. Because I was still being very stupid and young, like most 20-year-olds are.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the same as you. When I date, I want to date to marry because I want something serious.
Exactly.
It's not something I want just so I can have a partner to get drunk with all the time and party. I mean, that's a plus, but I also want to have a serious relationship and kind of. So when I found out she had a kid, I was like, man, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I'm 23. When you find your person and you fall in love with them, everything else is just a bonus. Like, the world doesn't matter. When you find your person, you find your person. Whether it's time for you to step up to be a dad or not, it's going to be your person.
Yeah.
So if you want that to be your person, you're going to have to realize that there's responsibilities that come with that. And so once we started dating, and I slowly started understanding the dad life. I still don't understand it. I got 2 kids. I still don't understand it. There's still a lot of things that I question if I'm doing right.
I feel like you're going to do that the rest of your life, though. I don't
every day.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. I mean,
you want to be the best you can be,
Yeah,
and always tweaking something.
Exactly. It's kind of like, I think that comes from being an athlete growing up. You look for every mistake you made in that day, like, so how you can fix it the next day. Being a coach, I'm not home 90% of the day. I get home, my kid's already in bed. That's rough.
Yeah.
But then you look at it on the opposite side. You're not just out hiding and being a bum dad. You're out.
Right. You're
turning
providing.
the lights on. You're giving them a house. You're giving food on the table, clothes, anything they want. So everything has a reward when it comes with it. So
that's good.
I think that's a big thing for me.
So in those early days, you meet the kid, right? Y'all are getting a little bit more serious. She's trusting you into a big part of her life. I mean, introducing somebody to her kid, being a single mom, that's scary. What was it like in those early days with that beautiful angel?
It made me love her even more, seeing how she can do that on her own, how she was doing that on her own, and how she was such a good mom on her own. Like I said, for me, it took time. I'm still learning, but I've always loved kids, so that's my main thing.
Yeah, you've always been good with kids.
And I wasn't shooting to look like a good dad. I was being who I know I am supposed to be, but I was wasting all my potential when I was immature and stupid and doing all the dumb things I was doing. And about those early days, it's like you see your whole heart in one little kid, and it's crazy. You wake up every morning and you see him, and it's like, there's why I'm smiling today. It's hard, especially being a dad to a kid that's not your blood. That's one of the hardest things ever.
Yeah, was it?
Knowing that there's another dad to it. I mean, it's not like it's a competition or anything, but it's different.
You want to be not overstep, because he has a dad.
Exactly. That's hard for me. Me and her have that talk every day. I don't want to feel like I'm overdoing it, but I want him to feel as if I was a dad to him.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to think that I'm replacing his dad, because I'm not. Henry's became a big part of my life, my happiness. Seeing him every morning is like crazy. You think, I watched you crawl, I watched you talk the first time, and now this dude's raising hell in the house. So I think the part that really makes me happy is that, like I said, I watched him crawl, I watched him talk, and now I'm watching him do that with Hasten. I'm watching him be another, like a big brother to Hasten, and that's, man, it's a good feeling.
So you're stepping into this family because she already has a family. She has
Mhm.
her kid, right? And you're technically an outsider. What did that? Did you ever feel like an outsider trying to like come in?
To a part, I guess, because really coming into it, it's like, do I try to be a friend to him, or do I try to be a partner to her, or do I try to be a dad? My main goal the whole time was just to be a partner to her, and as her partner, I'm going to help her no matter what in any situation I can. So whether it was coming in and helping her with some of the things she had to do for him, I'm going to help.
What are some of the things you had to step in and help her with that you were a little bit weary of doing, but you still did it for her?
So my sophomore year here, I tried to get a dog. No, that dog was like, the crying in the middle of the night, having to let him out. I couldn't do all that. When Henry and Kenzie would stay the night, I was like, oh, this is gonna be rough. It's really not. Once you start with the responsibility of being a dad, it's like everything's an excitement to you. Does that
It's
make
a new
sense?
world to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's an excitement. I mean, it can get irritating having to wake up all cross-eyed and whatnot, half awake, trying to give him a bottle, but it opens your eyes to blessings. I think that's how I look at it. But to answer your question, helping her, I'd say those rough nights when I knew, like, she's got to go to work tomorrow. I need to help her out a little bit. It took me a while to get to that point to where I felt comfortable to step in and do things. It took me her having to tell me. It's not something I just woke up one day and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start being a dad. I was more like a partner to her and would help her in situations, whether it was bottle changing him, feeding him so she could do something else. In college, I was taking enough hours to where I didn't have time to work. I would miss class so I could stay and watch him so she could go to work. So I would there was days or two that I would watch him while she was at work, and that was an eye opener to me. Being able to have your one on one time with him, that excitement of, she's busy, so I'm gonna make sure he has a day to day. So I take him to the park, or we go to the mall and I get him shoes or something. Just slowly stepping into things like that, because I know it meant a lot to her. Being able to have that cushion,
To trust you enough to have her
that
kid.
that made my day. When
Yeah.
she trusts me enough to do that made everything worth it. Knowing that she trusted me enough with a kid that wasn't mine, man, I love him like he's my own. I always will. That's my dude. But yeah, I mean, that's situations I'd help her in, whether it's watching him so she could go to work, going on a drive with him so she could have her time to herself, kind of figure things out. Because I know being a parent's hard. Nobody understands the behind the curtains of things. There are times you just need to step away from it and have time to yourself. If you don't, you're gonna go insane.
And it's like on top of just being in a relationship in general, and now you got a kid on top of it. Solving each other, how y'all like to be loved and communicated to, and then you got to make sure you're communicating to the kid the correct way. And
Yeah, it's like I feel like a circus clown. I got 6 different balls in my hand. I'm juggling. I'm trying to figure out the routine of how I can make that work and make it an everyday thing.
yeah.
But it's like fight or flight. That's how you gotta think of it as. I can't have a day off because this kid's relying on me. And the kid now I have 2 kids relying on me and a wife. It's fight or flight. Can't just give in and give up, because that's what the easy thing is. Life's hard. Everything's gonna be hard. Growing up is terrible. Then you're also gonna have those bumps in the roads where you didn't plan for it. Then things happen and you're like, well, I don't know what to do now. You gotta figure it out. It's fight or flight.
You got to.
Those kids wake up every morning, look at you, smile or scream, whichever they want to do. But you got to know that's what you do it for. But I think the hardest part is understanding that you still have a wife, you still have a partner. It's not just the kids. You got to be able to make time for your wife. You got to be able to make time for the kids at the same time.
And then on top of your job, you're a
And work,
coach.
yeah.
That's 80-hour weeks.
Yeah, it's rough. But like I said, fight or flight. Those 80-hour weeks put a roof over their head, food on the table, clothes on their back.
And you still find the time. Like I know, like even tonight, y'all are gonna go cook out today.
Yeah.
And hang out and be a family.
Because that's what that means. It's like you gotta understand that you're still human. You got little ones, but you're still human. You still gotta be able to do those things. Like making sure that your relationship is still your relationship. It's not just the kids. Obviously, the kids are a big chunk of our relationship for sure. But you still gotta love your wife at the same time. You still gotta be a husband. You still gotta be a dad, you know? So trying to juggle how to be a dad and a husband at the same time, because yeah, I do. There are times where I get caught up and it's like everything I have is going towards my kids and my wife's kind of just sitting on the sideline. I mean, it's more like we're partners trying to put everything into them now. But I need to be better at making time for my wife and loving my wife like I did when we were just dating, you know.
Yeah.
That's where I struggle, I think.
So we've been talking a lot about you putting in a lot of effort into your family, which is awesome. It takes a real man to step up and do that.
Yeah.
But what do you do for yourself? Because you got to take care of you as well to be able to fill their cups. If you're not filling yourself up and regenerating and decompressing.
Just understanding who I am to who. There's not really anything I have to do for myself. Seeing those kids look at me and smile and call me dad.
That's enough for you.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Being a role model, though, that's enough for me. That fulfills me and makes everything go by a lot smoother, you know. It's on those work days when I'm like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this. And then I think like that, that's what I do for me.
Yeah.
I think of my wife and my kids that are at home, you know, it makes me want more for myself. I always want to do everything at the top level. To answer your question, that's what I do for myself. I think about the little ones.
Refocus on what I'm doing this for.
I remember why. Life's been kicking me in the butt lately, but I still got 3 reasons right there of why I do what I do. Why I go through what I go through.
They're bigger than life in general, like just the hard stuff that comes at you.
There's nothing that's going to be too harsh for me not to do for them.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Having half your heart in your career and loving a family, man, it's crazy. Everything you do is for a purpose. Honestly, that's how I get through all my times. Life gets hard, there's a purpose. You know? So now, every curveball being thrown at me now, it can come again in the future, and I'm going to know how to handle it.
Have you ever had anyone doubt you in you stepping into the stepdad role and into marriage? Not early, but a lot of people our age aren't getting married now, and they don't got kids.
Yeah.
So
people doubting me what made me want to do it even more. Being told I can't do something, even from being a terrible, rotten little kid, you tell me not to do something, I want to do it. Like you said, at our age, people aren't getting married and having kids yet. This is their peak year, you know. Like let's go party, let's have a damn good time, you know. Being able to be different, that's what I like about it. People tell me like, "You really getting married that young?" Yeah, I'm getting married that young. When you have your person, you have your person. There's nothing that I'm missing out on.
Yeah, because everyone always thinks like, what if there's more? Yeah. Like I love this person, but what if there's somebody else? And I think it's just a terrible cycle that our generation has of thinking.
100%. It's stupid.
It's just a naive thinking. It really is.
100%. Because I saw her on my Instagram, and I was like, that's gonna be my person. She didn't follow me back for 4 months, but I was like, I know. This is who I want to be with, you know. It took some time to understand this is my new life. You gotta understand that already happened. Like that's in the past. Everything you do now is for these people right here. This is your heart. This is your pride. This is your joy. This is the reason you wake up every morning. It's for this, what is right here in front of me. I struggled with understanding that. I
feel like a lot of times when people do have negative things to say towards a good thing, you need to hold onto it tighter.
Yeah.
Don't let it go. Because these people are on the outside. They don't know what you and your wife are dealing with, what y'all are talking about and planning. So there's just a lot of people that are ugly out there and who want to see you fall.
It's an ugly world. It's like, I was just telling her this morning. Every time you're doing good, there's got to be something in there that makes it bad, you know?
Yeah, try to disrupt it.
No matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody that's hating on what you do. It's a terrible feeling. It is.
We're human. We got feelings, you know? It's like...
But it's knowing that I'm doing what I'm doing for my family, and there's still somebody out there hating on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. It's hard. Because you constantly having to reassure your own mind. I'm not what people think I am, you know? Being labeled as something by outsiders. They're outsiders for a reason, yeah. You know, but that opinion still makes you second guess what you're doing on the inside. Yeah. You know?
Like, are they seeing something I'm not? Yeah, like I'm so deep in it.
Yeah, you know how many people have told me, you're not Henry's dad. Like, you know, that's hard. It's a punch in the gut because I want to be. Henry shaped me so that I could be a better dad when Hasten's born. And now that Hasten's born, he's shaping me to be a better dad for Henry. It sucks.
That boy will grow up. Henry will. He'll grow up to see you as his dad and still have his dad. Because I already see the love he has for you. just seeing you be a parent in general, it's a beautiful thing to watch you and Kinsey do. Y'all are great together.
It's like that's what hurts. It's like you do the absolute most, and there's still people that are telling you that you're doing the least. You put in $1,000,000, and there's still people back there thinking you're only putting $1 into it. Nothing you can do is ever good enough. But for those three that I have in this house, everything I do is the absolute max.
And as long as they're happy, that's all that at the end of the day matters.
Reminder,
yeah. Like, oh, I am doing this right.
Mm-hmm.
My wife isn't trying to leave me. My kids don't scream at me and tell me they hate me and don't want nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So you gotta be doing something right.
I'm trying.
What would you tell our friends, these young men that are watching this right now, that are stepping into a blended family? What would be your advice to them?
Have a reason of why you're doing it. Know why you're doing it. Remember the reason why you're wanting to even get into this. I knew Kinsey was gonna be my person. Nothing's gonna stop me from doing that. Stepping into a blended family, it's like now you get double the love. Know that it's gonna be hard. There's gonna be days. There's gonna be people talking, but you gotta know. You gotta remember, like, that's your person. Keep your head on straight. Realize this is where your passion, your time, and your heart needs to be now. You're no longer yourself. You are them. They are you. Everything you do now it's like it's on camera. You got people at home waiting for you to come home every day, and you got to understand your actions are technically in other people's hands now. Everything I did, I remember. Before I do it, I sit there and think, what are my kids gonna think if I do this? What is my wife gonna think if I do this? Just understanding that it's no longer just you. When I was in college, I'd go to the bars and get drunk, and then I'd drive home. Stupid, right?
Yeah, it's not very smart, but
when you're
a lot of people do it.
When you're a college kid, it's like that's your peak. You like that stuff, that's excitement to you. Now it's like I sit there and think, if I don't make it home, what's my family gonna do? Just know your responsibilities. Know who you are as a person before you make that leap. Know that it's no longer time to be childish when it comes to stuff like that. You knew me when I was in my party stage. You know how crazy I was and how deep I was into that.
Yeah, I know.
So, it was like when I saw her for the first time, and I knew she had a kid. I felt like God was giving me a sign. It's time to man up and mature, dude. It's time to wake up.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm preparing, your person, your woman, to go through life with. So she's ready for you, but you're not ready for her. So you need to get there.
100%. And what you got to understand is when you're stepping into a blended family, you got to understand that your partner's going to need help too. They don't just come up into your life for no reason. God knew I was hurt. God knew I was depressed. He knew how much I was struggling mentally with everything. Summer of 2022 is probably the hardest time for me. I lost my best friend in May. I vividly remember getting the call and sitting on my balcony at my dorm or my apartment and yelling at him, like, why? I don't understand why you're doing this. I questioned him. I yelled at him. I was mad at him. I didn't want to believe in him anymore. And after that, I started dating Kinsey that same year, that following school year. God brought me a struggle and then also threw a blessing in front of my eyes to make me realize, like, I got your back no matter how mad I am. No matter how mad you are at me. Because we never understand. You can get a curveball, you can get a fastball.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
You got to swing either way.
Yeah. Swing for the fences no matter what, It's like stepping into that family and understanding the love that I have from Kinsey. And even more so, the love that kid sees in you. You can look in a kid's eyes and it's like you're falling in love with a million times.
It's a beautiful thing.
When Hasten was born, I looked into his eyes and he smiled at me. He was barely born and the dude was smiling at me. It's like falling in love a million times, like I said. And you gotta realize that you're this kid's happiness. Like, those kids look up to you. Like, you're dad to them. Like, he watches every move I do. Henry's got to the point to where he copies anything I say. Just know that you're influencing somebody. You gotta choose your family. Like, when I say I'm choosing me, I'm choosing those three. You could come tomorrow morning and say something crazy to me and say it's me or them. Kicking you to the curb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Choose As you should.
Choose you. Mentally, I've been struggling with that. Letting go of what was. Understanding that this is my new life. Nobody's ever going to mean more than these three to me. God and them, that's where I'm at right now.
Amen,
no money can change that either.
You can't put a price tag on family.
No, you can't. And it's when you're the parent and you're now like the leader of the family, you know, like me and Kenzie are the leaders of the little ones. That gives family a whole new meaning. Understanding it from this perspective now is so much better than being a kid, to be honest with you. I'd go to $1 million in debt to keep my family happy. Being a dad is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life.
I love Alex's nieces and nephews, man. Like, they're like my little kids. They're not mine, but I'll do anything for them. If they want something, we'll make sure to get
that's
it.
How it was. That's how I was with Henry. When she first brought Henry around me, I was like, "Good Lord,
how am I not gonna go broke?"
Yeah, sounds like it's hard because you can't tell them no. Can I do this? Can I have this? I'm like, I really don't want him to. Here, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to tell a kid no. That's with my last $2. If they wanted to both give them toys, I'll put my last $2 in there.
I love watching you be a dad. I love seeing you transition from high school and college, and then like meeting Kinsey. Like, I knew when I met Kinsey, she was your person. I already, because I had met several of your girlfriends, and I had told you, like, no, bro, this isn't the one. And when I met Kinsey that night, I already knew, like, yeah, he's gonna marry her.
It's like I tried so hard to make someone my person.
You did.
And God was like, dude, you quit trying. I'm gonna put it in front of you.
She's coming. You're not ready for her.
Exactly.
But
I think that's why. I mean, like when I first found her Instagram, and then I didn't start dating her till later. I wasn't ready for it, and he knew it. I wasn't at the maturity he wanted me to be at, or the level-headed, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So that when it did come, I was prepared. Our age, we struggle with being scared to grow up, being scared to let go. You know, metaphorically, like not being attached to your mom's hip anymore. It's hard. You know, like you gotta understand. We have a hard time adjusting to the fact that we have to grow up. We have to have responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's not a constant party every day, you know? Like that stage, I'm glad I got rid of it, but
yeah, it wasn't fun Mason at all. I mean, we stopped talking because you were just doing your own thing, and I just couldn't.
Too much, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I love you. I'm always gonna love you, but I think that's also something people would struggle with too. And I know I did, because I love you so much and I want to be there for you. But it's also like you're doing things that I don't agree with, and I've got to let you go.
I gotta help myself. You know, it's like you gotta understand. You gotta fall off the ladder before you can climb back up it. You know.
Yeah. No one can pick you up that you know, if you let people carry you up the ladder all the time, you're always gonna fall.
Yeah.
Because you don't learn how to climb.
You don't know how to climb it, exactly. It's like failure brings so much success kind of thing, you know. Sometimes you have to sit back and watch somebody make the same mistake, because come the 20th time, you're not gonna make that mistake anymore, you know. You're gonna know how to fix the problem. Life's a B word.
Sure is. It's terrible out there. That's it for today's episode of No Blueprint. I want to give a huge thank you for sharing your story and just being raw with us and being vulnerable. Honestly, I think it's hard for men in general to do that. So a huge shout out for you for doing that. You know, hearing your story just reminded me that blood isn't thicker than water. You know, it's the people you choose and they decide to stay and stick it out with you. If you connected with this conversation, go and follow us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. All the links will be down in the description. I would hate for y'all to miss episode 9, Hidden Scars, where I dive deep into what it's like when you hold everything in and you just don't talk to anybody about it, and what that does to you as a person and to the people around you. Until then, remember, there's no pressure, no plan, just life in real time. Peace.